Tim Mahoney is back tonight. We're going to talk about AI and how it is related to hiring a lawyer.
Correct. So large language models, artificial intelligence. So the current mode of thinking with regards to this, and remember, this is something that is evolving literally month to month. If you know me, you know I do all these Tony Robbins events and these business events. They have these experts that come in and talk about this topic. And what it couldn't do 6 months ago, it can now do, and this is changing exponentially. So it'll be 3 months, and So the current mode of thought is AI is not going to take your job, but if you're not using AI and somebody else is who's doing your job, they're going to take your job. So as a lawyer, this is now something that you have to integrate into your law practice and utilize in order to create efficiencies.
Okay.
But now how do we do that and still respect the privacy implications of our clients? And so you as potential clients and clients, when you're talking to your lawyers, this first of all is something that you want to have a conversation with them with. Number one, are they using AI? If you're in estate planning, okay, not as big a deal. But if you're in litigation, if you're in any type of those things and they're not using AI, that should be something that should raise your eyebrow a little bit, because you kind of have to be. But then it's like, how are they using AI? Because they should not be taking your information and throwing it on ChatGPT. Okay, that's just going out, and that's not appropriate. So what are the different ways that we can use it? Well, you don't just necessarily use AI in an open language model. We also have different programs that we use in our businesses. So like I have a client management software system that I completely operate in. And many lawyers do, where everything we do is inside this system. It keeps track of all of our communication, all of our emails, all of our documents. It all operates in this system. Those systems typically are either completely online based, or they have a cloud-based option. So they're very secure within those cloud-based options because they had to be in order to be created. So if you operate an AI model within that option, then your privacy is protected because it only operates within what it is doing with your particular, specifically the stuff that we get is going to be medical records, right? The other thing to remember is we hear a lot about HIPAA. Remember, HIPAA only binds healthcare providers. That's a good distinction to remember when you're thinking about your medical records. If they're not a healthcare provider, they're not bound by HIPAA. Your lawyer is bound by the privacy that is part of the attorney-client privilege. So that's a different restriction than HIPAA. So anything that you say to your lawyer is privileged as long as it was communicated within a certain fashion to your attorney. So if the lawyer is using that model within a client management software system, then that's completely fine because that system is specifically designed to make it so that your private information isn't going out to the large language model.
Gotcha.
Make sense?
Yes.
Also, there's legal research programs that we use, and as long as they're doing the legal research within that program, again, that's specifically designed and it's within certain clouds restrictions so it doesn't go out and your private information doesn't go out. Now let's say your lawyer doesn't have that, okay? They don't use a client management software system. Okay, well they can still use ChatGPT. They can just ask it questions generally.
Without your
personal information,
yeah.
Right. If they don't use your name, they don't use any of your personal information. So the written agreement that you have with your lawyer, and we now put this in all of our written agreements, we detail what it is that we do. We do use large language models. We don't use open large language models for anything specific. Okay, we might use it for something general, but we don't use it for anything specific. Specific things we only operate with regards to inside our client and we don't use anybody's medical records. Okay, that we do completely on our own or within that particular file. So nothing goes out on the large language model with regards to that. And that's included now in our client agreement. So you're hiring a lawyer, you need to have a conversation with them about, are they using AI? And if so, what models are they using? How are they using it? Making sure that your confidential information is protected, but also making sure that they're doing the best that they can in order to be productive. So we're kind of, this is like Braille diving, right? This is like diving the bottom of Lake Erie. we're trying to figure out our way as we go because this is brand new stuff and we've
Yeah.
all got to kind of manage it. So it's an interesting, brave new world.
Yeah, well, thank you for sharing that, though, because people need to know that.
Absolutely. It's something you need to
appreciate
pay
it.
attention to.
Spooky Week is continuing next. We are taking you to the Sound of Terror Haunted House. We'll be right back.